Good morning. I can't even tell you how excited I am. My name is Ruth. I'm with Fae Hollow Homestead, and today we are getting goats. So I'm out here puttering in the garden, just kind of waiting for them to come. They're going to be pulling up this driveway any minute. So yesterday, my mother-in-law and my father-in-law and my husband actually worked really hard putting shingles on the goat roof. And then my mother-in-law, she put a couple of things around the barn, like a salt lick and a little feeder. And then they also reinforced the fence along the outer wall, which I had only used chicken wire for part of it, because I remember I was using scrap fence, right? And now that we're getting goats instead of just having chickens up there, that just wasn't going to be strong enough. So that was there. And then I had to go in there and I had to dig out a bunch of my tree saplings that I had planted in an effort to rehabilitate that forest, because we just didn't have enough fence to circle them to protect them from the goats. So I had to dig those up, some sugar maples, some linden trees, and bring those over to the other mountain. So, well, I guess the other side of the mountain. Anyway, so I did that and put that into the mature forest that's over there. And then they also covered two of the cedar trees with chicken wire so that the goats wouldn't be able to kill those trees, because we like those trees, we want those around, and they will eat the bark and they'll just peel it off and they'll kill the trees. So protect those, and we're ready. We're just waiting for them to come. It's so exciting. I'm out checking the vole traps, and I got one again this morning, and my daughter wanted to see it, and so I'm waiting for her. But of course I cannot keep it away from Sawyer, and he's just playing with a vole on a mouse trap. Here they are. Here they are. There they are. They're gonna have so much food
And so much fun, but
and so much love. Oh my goodness, they're gonna be very happy. They're checking out their boundaries. So one of the goats already got out, and my father-in-law's out perusing the mountain to try to see if he can find her. And I saw her out of the fence. I was kind of doing a perimeter walk just to make sure everything was okay. And my daughter saw that she was out, and my daughter wanted to help. So she ran after the goat, and the goat, they're both very skittish right now. So the goat ran, so she took off, and Donna and my father-in-law Sam, they're out there looking for them, for the goat girl right now. We're toying with the idea of calling her Cookies or something. I don't know. The kids are naming the goats, okay? And and it's a very exciting morning on the Fae Hollow Homestead. I'm really hoping that this sweetheart right here, her cries call the other goat to her, because she's not getting out. I'm standing right where the other goat got out, and we're gonna fix this immediately. It's a real easy fix in the fence, and but I'm just standing here making sure that she doesn't get out too. And I hope she calls. I hope she calls the other one to her. Are you the cutest thing or what? Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you about the goats, what happened.
we got the goats. 2 of them came in and we put them into the fenced off area. Everything was exciting, like, yay, we got them finally. They pranced off and I did a perimeter check. I then found a place in the fence where I thought, man, how did we miss this? A goat could totally get out of this area. And then I saw the goat out of the area, had gotten through the fence, one of them. And so now there's this goat prancing around the forest. Now these goats were they're not mean or anything. They just weren't super people familiar. So like this goat ran away from us every time we tried to get close to it and just ran off into national forest. Now we let all the neighbors know, hey, we have a goat on the loose. And this goat kept showing up in different neighbors' yards. They'd be like, hey, we got your goats here. We'd try to go get it. It would run off into the forest. It'd be on the Forest Service road. It would be on top of the ridge. We'd hear it at night. Sometimes it would come close, but we fixed the fence and it took all day. I mean, we really, really reinforced this fence and it couldn't get back in. So we had to like guide it to where the door was. So this goat, we would put its sister into the duck pen every night, and we'd leave all the doors to the fenced off area here open every night, and kind of leave little buckets of sweet feed in it, sweet grains, and the chickens would all be put away and everything. So in hopes that this would lure that goat back in. And it's been 4 days now and we still can hear the goat up on the ridge every once in a while. But the dogs are also doing a really good job of like chasing it away every time it gets close, because that's what they do. And so we're kind of chaining up the dogs during the times that we think the goat might show up. But its sister got used to it being here, and so she's not like bleating very much in order to call her sister to her, but she was in need of a friend. And so our good friends, our neighbors, had a goat named Chardonnay, and that goat is young enough where they did not want it to be bred this year, and so they said, hey, can we let our goat hang out with your goat so that they can be friends? And so they just got here, they just dropped off Chardonnay, and so this is a little Nubian, and she's having a great time, and Brownie is hanging out with her as well, and they're doing this cute little, headbutt thing, trying to figure out who's in charge. So we have 2 goats. They're not the original 2 goats in the fence. There is another goat around here somewhere, and we see it every once in a while. Maybe the idea is once food resources get to be a lot less than what they are right now, maybe in the winter, maybe in the fall, it might start being lured in by the smell of the sweet feed or something like that. I don't know. So there's a chance we may end up with that goat still, but we have learned something, that we are only ever going to get goats from now on that are super people friendly, because apparently if Chardonnay ever gets out, she'll just end up at our front door and following us around the yard. So we don't have to worry about that too much.
Don't get in the middle of it, that's what it means.
Oh, it means fight.
Be like threatening. I'm an alpha doe.
And she's like, okay.
And then they did. Not again.
It's okay. Okay, so now we know who's going to be boss.
So at the moment we have the 2 goats, maybe 3 goats. I don't think the 3rd one counts right now until it's back into its enclosure. So I guess this is it. We have goats. The fence has been so well reinforced that we don't have to worry about it anymore. We are going to be putting some barbed wire around the top of it just to be sure. And I will add barbed wire around the second food forest up there as well, because, you know, while we're at it, we might as well do that. We have added this chicken wire around the entire base of the fence except for one small section up there, so chickens are not getting out like they were. There's a couple that are very intrepid and they are still getting out. But as soon as I get that one last roll of wire, we shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. But this girl is so friendly. It's very exciting. I'm excited to have this little girl with us. Our homestead is becoming more complete. We have livestock, we have poultry, and guard dogs, and a garden, and 2 food forests, and a medicinal herb garden. So we're getting there. This is pretty good. Okay. In the future videos, there will be the bleating of goats in the background, and hopefully they'll be part of the videos sometimes because they're just so gosh darn cute. But thank you for sticking with us. Please hit that like button, the notification bell, and subscribe. If you guys could subscribe to the channel, that would help me out so much. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys are having an absolutely wonderful evening, and that's us with our goats, and stay blessed.